Yo, what is up, guys? This is, of course, your boy Bernie here on The Charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. And I do apologize to everybody that I am not in my studio showing you graphs and other things like that to kind of prove the points and kind of see statistics, which I would love for to show you, especially when we come to talk about these teams. But we're here now to kind of talk about what went on in week one, who we think are the contenders, who is, what is going on in terms of who's overhyped, who's not overhyped. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about because I think this week sets the standard and sets kind of the tone for what's going to be going on moving forward. But before we do that, like I said, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Again, all that stuff helps out the channel so much. And I'm trying to grow this for you guys. My boy Pete, my boy Brad, we are trying to grow this channel for you guys and make sure that it's something special and make sure that it's something where you guys can obviously love and communicate with one another and communicate with us. I mean, again, you can tell us we're right, you can tell us we're wrong, but let us know why in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys think and get your guys' opinion on it, and of course, in the comment section down below. But nevertheless, let's move on to kind of what I thought about week one. Obviously, starting off with week one, I'm going to start off with my boys, the Boston Celtics. I felt like they were impeccable. I felt like they were the team to beat. And so far, it looks like they are the team to beat because Jason Tatum has played at an absolute MVP level. A lot of people were concerned that because of what happened in the NBA Finals, the Celtics were going to falter. They were going to struggle a little bit. And of course, the Ime Udoka situation, it definitely does not help. But you can clearly see that has not affected the Celtics whatsoever. They haven't missed a beat yet. And they're really behind their guy. I mean, I really think that this young head coach is really going to take it by storm. Again, I don't think I was concerned as much as other people were, but he's really galvanized the guys to say, like, hey, this is all we got. We're fighting for each other. And you can clearly see that all the guys are fighting for this young coach. The unfortunate part about the Celtics so far, however, has been that Robert Williams has been hurt. So it sucks that we have not really had him officially there yet. He won't be available until the second half of the season, which kind of sucks. So I'm curious to see what happens in terms of getting that second punch and seeing what's going on. But again, I'm excited for the Celtics to see what they can do in the future. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a very interesting season so far. And of course, Malcolm Brogdon being a huge X factor for us. I think a lot of people didn't really know what to expect from him, but offensively, with the second unit, he has done an amazing job scoring buckets left and right. I mean, I just can remember that 76ers opening game, and even the Milwaukee Bucks game. I mean, they were just, you could see that he has that poise and that calmness about him. Again, he's not going to be a guy that's going to start every single game, but he's a guy that can definitely finish games because of his offensive ability. If you need him on the court for offense, he's out there, he's playing. And of course, you got Marcus Smart for defense, which of course is going to lead to a lot of great things. And even though it sucks that Peyton Pritchard isn't playing, you still have him off the bench who could give you something in case, Malcolm Brogdon or Marcus Smart are hurt or something, they're not really giving it to you that day. You have him as kind of in the waiting. But I'm excited to see when Robert Williams come back, get that extra punch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the Celtics continue to dominate. And again, Jason Tatum, MVP, baby. Let's talk about the number two observation. I got 5 of them. Number 2, 76ers, they're looking like they're in some big trouble. Big trouble. Because when we really look at everything, to me, the biggest thing right now is that Joel Embiid is playing, it seems like he's playing hurt or he's playing cautious. And when you have a cautious Embiid and Embiid that's not really rolling to the rim, I know that's not his game, but he has to make that his game. Because if he can't roll to the rim, instead of kind of fading out a little bit to the side, he's going to get himself in bad positions. He's going to get himself in positions where he can't really, effectively shoot a jump shot or officially shoot a layup. I mean, that's going to be a huge thing for the 76ers if they want to contend. I think a lot of us were thinking that Joel Embiid, including myself, even though I kind of picked my homer pick of Jason Tatum, I still kind of had Joel Embiid as kind of like the MVP because he's really been wanting it for the last 3 years and Jokic has been taking it every year. But now it looks like the MVP race could potentially, it's not going to be over, but it definitely took a hit for Joel Embiid last night because he didn't start off very hot. I mean, he's, again, not playing the way that I think he should, and that's the frustrating part about the 76ers currently, and they really can't get stops. I mean, it feels like anytime they need a defensive stop, they can never get that, and they can never get consistent stops. And I don't know if that has to do with, James Harden and Tyrese Maxey not really being defenders. And again, Matisse Thybulle not getting any minutes. I'm not sure why Matisse Thybulle is not getting any minutes to just be a defensive presence like Marcus Smart was. But it's kind of what it is right now. And that's really frustrating to me that the 76ers at this current moment aren't really doing what they need to do to get going. And that again, I think that this is going to be a very frustrating situation for them. I'm curious to see what's going to be going on for the 76ers. Again, they need to find some spark. They need to find some energy, and especially on the defensive end. I think that's where they really need to go, because offensively, I think they have it. It's defensively where it's a bit of a concern for me. And again, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys make of my 76ers comments? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let me know in the comment section down below. Moving on to number 3, the LA Lakers. Of course, the Lakers are a big component of this whole thing. 0-3. Westbrook obviously not playing up to his standards that I know that he can play. But really, to me, the disappointing part has been Anthony Davis not being able to effectively be a great offensive player. I think the frustrating part for me looking at this whole situation is that Anthony Davis can be a much better player than what he's shown. Anthony Davis clearly has the ability to be a top 10 player in the NBA and be in the MVP voting each and every year. But the problem that I continue to see with Anthony Davis is that he is not focused on being the offensive threat that I know that he can be. I think the frustrating part for me when it comes to the Lakers is because Anthony Davis has to be the number one option. LeBron James is at his age, he can't go all out like these young guys can. And if Anthony Davis isn't going to take over like he should, that is a huge concern, because right now the Lakers are 25 for 118 and three-pointers. I mean, that is, I think it's like, top 5 or at least top 6 in most three-pointers attempted in the NBA. And when you're getting results of less than 25%, that is a huge concern. You want to be shooting in the high 30s, almost 40s when it comes to team shooting. And the fact that they can't even shoot that right now, and they're shooting so many threes, is a bit of a concern to me. And I think that's going to be a really big issue for them moving forward, is like, how can they get these guys to not just, chuck up threes, get Anthony Davis in better positions, get him to score more inside, because then it works the inside-out game. And then you can start building it out from there. But, it seems to me that the Lakers have not done that, and it's super frustrating when you want to see the Lakers succeed, when you want to see them dominate. More so for the storyline, more so for LeBron James fans. But Laker fans are in full panic right now, and it's going to look like even more panicking as we continue to monitor the situation. As, again, I think that this is going to be a very frustrating year, I would say, for the Lakers if this continues. And Westbrook, man, you cannot be guarded by a center and not take advantage of that. I think that that's kind of the most disrespectful thing that the Blazers did last night, and creating that mismatch for them. I think the frustrating part about this whole thing, to be honest with you, is that Anthony Davis should now theoretically have a mismatch if he's on the floor and not being guarded by a center. So find a way to get him in those opportunities, to get down low, to get him in the post, to get him in places where he can take advantage of those situations and see what happens. Roll the dice. I feel like they don't do that enough, and that's really frustrating if you're a Lakers fan, because you want to see the Lakers, use AD, let him be the dominant guy. Instead, it seems like I have no idea who the dominant guy. I don't even know who the guy is on that team besides LeBron James. I mean, it feels like it's LeBron James and everybody else. And Anthony Davis has to step up in that category. I know what type of player Anthony Davis can be. I know what type of player and what type of personality he can be on the court. But if he doesn't show it, then I think it's going to be super frustrating, and I think it's going to leave a lot of people angry and upset with the fact that they can't really dominate the way that they're supposed to. So let me know in the comment section down below, Lakers fans, what do you guys think of this whole thing? Do you guys think that the Lakers season is over, or do you think that they have a chance to win? Let me know in the comment section down below. Number 4, the Golden State Warriors, man. As much as we want to write them off, as much as the Draymond Green situation seems to not be affecting them, they continue to dominate and win games. And I know they lost the other night, but to me, I think they're going to be so good. Steph Curry, again, showing you why he is, and again, in my opinion, the best player in the NBA as of right now. I think with all the stuff that he's got going on, I think with the shimmy-yahs, the fact that he can kind of do a little dream shake to a fadeaway, I mean, there's nothing that this kid can't do. I mean, there's nothing this guy can do. I mean, it's just kind of crazy to think that Steph Curry has absolutely been dominating these last couple years. And, I think that now he's starting to get the respect that he deserves. And it's awesome to see, besides, Warriors fans. I know Warriors fans are huge on their guys. The only concern to me for the Warriors so far has been Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson has struggled a little bit. And it's kind of the reason why I think Jordan Poole will eventually take over. Even if he doesn't start, Jordan Poole, that is, and Klay Thompson does, I still think that Klay Thompson's not going to get the minutes and the stuff that he needs when you have a guy like Jordan Poole who offensively is showing you, like, hey, he deserves to be on the court. He deserves to get the minutes, especially with Andrew Wiggins out there. I think it's going to be a very interesting situation for the Warriors to kind of figure out, okay, are they going to keep those guys that they have, or are they going to get rid of them? That's going to be a very interesting thing moving forward. But again, Warriors, they're looking good. I think that they're going to be good, and they're going to probably go to the NBA Finals this year around, and maybe this could be the last dance, if you will. Hopefully it's a rematch against the Boston Celtics, and hopefully we win this time. But let me know in the comment section down below, Warriors fans, what do you make of your Golden State Warriors team? Moving on to the number 5 and last thing I want to talk about. You know, it's very interesting to me when we look at teams like the Utah Jazz and the Trailblazers. I think all of us can agree that we did not expect them to be having the number 1 and number 2 records in the West, respectively. But that's what they did. They right now currently are both 3-0, and they're kind of showing you, like, is tanking really worth it at this point? I'll make a later video. I think I want to make it tonight before I head to bed, and kind of have it up tomorrow about Adam Silver talking about this tanking issue that he believes is a huge issue, and we'll talk about whether or not that is. So again, hopefully we'll have that out tomorrow. But you expect these teams to be tanking. You expect these teams to lose continuously so they can get the better picks, but that hasn't been the case so far. These two teams have kind of shown and proved it in overtimes and in many instances against, of course, the Blazers against the Lakers, Jazz against the Timberwolves. I mean, these were teams that were supposed to be contending, and you can clearly see that there is something special going on with these two teams. Again, they will obviously not be teams that will be 1 and 2 in the West, but what it kind of shows is that these two teams are not about tanking bluntly or like up front. They're probably going to do it disguisingly and secretly here and there, which I think Adam Silver wants to, kind of hush about. But I think that these teams are obviously not going to win as many games as they should. But it kind of goes to show you that they can win games against these teams, and not every team is beatable in this day and age. Again, because especially in the regular season, any team is beatable. I don't think that it's really a big issue. But again, I don't want people to think that, oh my God, the Blazers and the Utah Jazz are the first and second best team in the West. Like, no. Let's calm down. They're better than what people think they are, but at the same time, these teams at the end of the day want to tank for Victor Wembanyama because he is, I believe, a game-changing center, which I talked about in my video about him. I mean, he just absolutely breaks the mold, and you want your hands on him. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the number 1 or, the only time that you will not tank for Victor is if you have LeBron James or the second or third best player in the league. It's just, or like the top 10, top 15 guys. Like, again, I can see teams like the Utah Jazz, the Spurs, Thunder. They are definitely going to start taking for those guys. And I'm excited to see, and we'll talk about it later on with the Adam Silver video about the tanking issue. And is it really an issue? Is it not an issue? But again, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys make of this whole thing? I would love to know. Do you think that people are overreacting to these top 5 things? Are they underreacting? And let me know what your top 5 takeaways were from the NBA first week so far. Like, who's looking good, who's looking terrible, and who's going to be taking away the MVP so far in the first week. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. Thank you once again for joining us here on The Charge, giving you the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. Please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Again, all that stuff helps out the algorithm, lets people know that, hey, this channel is something that we want to watch and want to continue to support. So again, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys make of all this stuff? Anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. Thank you once again for joining, and we'll catch each and every one of you on the next episode of The Charge. Have a safe day. We'll catch everybody tomorrow. Peace.